Ezinne sat by the river, her bare feet skimming the water, lost in thought. For weeks now, strange dreams had haunted her. Dreams of a palace she had never seen, a king she had never met, and a crown that seemed to call her name. Raised in a small village, Ezinne lived a simple life, working as a seamstress with her mother, who had fallen ill in recent years. But the dreams were so vivid, so persistent that he began to unravel everything she thought she knew. In her dreams, she saw herself walking through grand halls, her reflections in a large mirror showing her wearing the crown of royalty. She could feel the weight of it on her head as if it belonged to her. One evening, desperate for answers, Ezinne approached the village storyteller, Baba Yemi, an old man who had witnessed many generations. She told him of her dreams, hoping he could interpret their meanings. Baba Yemi's face darkened as he described the scenes. "There is something the elders have kept hidden from you, child," he said, his voice low and cautious. He leaned closer, his eyes piercing through her. "You are not who you think you are. You were born into royalty, but the truth was hidden to protect you. There are enemies in the palace who sought your death when you were born. You are the king's first daughter, the heir to the throne." Ezinne's heart pounded. Could this be true? The simple life she had known now seemed like a carefully constructed lie. With this shocking revelation, her world turned upside down. The next morning, Ezinne was filled with a mixture of fear and excitement. If what Baba Yemi said was true, her identity lay far beyond the boundaries of her village. But reclaiming her birthright would not be easy, and the palace was filled with dangers. The enemies who had tried to eliminate her as a child might still be lurking, waiting for any sign of her return. Despite her uncertainty, Ezinne knew that she could not ignore the truth of her heritage. Armed with Baba Yemi's guidance, she prepared for the journey to the palace, an imposing structure that now seemed both foreign and familiar to her dreams. Ezinne traveled under the guise of a humble seamstress seeking work at the palace, her true identity hidden from the prying eyes. When she arrived, the sight of the grand gates took her breath away, just as they had in her dreams. Inside the palace, she was met with a swirl of court intrigue. Whispers of treachery echoed through the halls as rumors spread of a missing princess who had once been believed dead. Ezinne quickly realized that not everyone could be trusted. She kept a low profile, carefully observing the palace dynamics, waiting for the right moment to reveal herself to her father, the king. But as she navigated the treacherous court, she began to feel eyes following her every move. Late one night, as Ezinne wandered the palace gardens, she overheard two palace guards whispering. "The king grows weak," one said. "Soon, the council will force him to choose another heir. But if that girl returns, it will ruin everything." Ezinne froze. The guards were speaking of her. Someone had learned of her existence. Fear surged through her. so did a new resolve. She had to act quickly if she was to protect her life and claim her rightful place. That night, she decided to confront her father. When she entered the throne room, the king was alone, his once strong frame now frail from years of rule. As she knelt before him, she revealed the truth Baba Yemi had told her. At first, the king was skeptical, but when she showed him a birthmark only the royal family possessed, his eyes filled with tears. "My daughter," he whispered. But as a father and daughter were reunited, betrayal struck. The king's trusted advisor, who had plotted against Ezinne since her birth, burst into the room with soldiers. "Seize her," he shouted, but Ezinne was ready. With the help of a few loyal palace guards who had heard the whispers of her return, she fought back, exposing the treachery of the advisor. In the chaos, the traitor was captured, and the truth of Ezinne's royal image spread through the palace. The king, weakened and determined, declared the rightful heir to the throne. As the crown was placed on her head, Ezinne felt its weight, not just of royalty, but the responsibility and dangers she would now face. The journey was far from over, but she had taken the first step towards reclaiming her birthright and protecting the kingdom from those who sought to destroy it.